G'day guys, Sean Savage, Streaker Marine, out in another beautiful Haynes signature. Today we're in the 620F. We've been out with a customer today doing a bit of a water test, but I thought while we're out here, let's do a walkthrough as well. We'll go through some of the features and how this boat's laid out throughout in the best detail we possibly can. And then we'll do a bit of a performance test and go through some rev ranges, some turning and some maneuverability and see how the boat performs. It is a dead flat day out in Port Phillip Bay today. I know people like to see these boats perform in the rough weather, and that's great. When it's rough, I'll do the test, and when it's flat, I'll still do them as well. When we talk about rough and flat weather, I'll get onto that a little bit more, but flat water can tell you a lot about a boat as well, and I'll explain that while we're underway. In the meantime, let's go through the layout and the ergonomics of the boat, and we'll see if it's something that might tick the boxes for your next craft. All right, so we'll start from the back and work our way forward. First thing you see, which I just took this customer out and they were out in another boat, and the first thing that he mentioned to me is this boat is deep, it's wide, and it's soft. If you look at those side decks there, they are quite tall. They're tall enough that you really feel like you're secure, you're inside the boat, you're safe. You've got a whole heap of storage. They drop down slightly at the back, so it's a little bit lower, so for the entry to get in and out of the boat. But it's one of those boats that it's just a traditional Haynes signature that's built for comfort, it's built for performance, and it's built for that ergonomic sort of feel where every inch of the boat is used. We've got this double shelf here. So we've got the top shelf and the bottom shelf. We've got room for an esky under the passenger seat. We've got the tackle box and the storage compartment on the driver's seat. We've got these fantastic seats that are an ergonomic sort of seat for anybody to sit into with the bolster, and we'll touch on that a bit more in a moment. I haven't looked at this yet, so I should have had a look beforehand, but we're going to turn on the live bait tank and the deck wash. So I would say that's it. Yeah, that is definitely it. Look at that. We're on. It's happening. Okay, I should have checked that first. But great water pressure. So we're going to get the air out of it now. This has never been used, but awesome water pressure for the deck wash there. So it's nice and easy to use. They've thought of everything. There's a little port there for the deck wash hose, and the hose itself has a flush fitting down there in the engine well. While we're at the engine well, you can see in there we've got the fuel filler at the back there. We've got this new Yamaha, I actually don't know what horsepower this is. Let's say it's a 150, 175. It's got the inbuilt steering, so it's all in that canister there. It's the new shape engine cowl. While we're at the back, we've got the transom door to get straight through. Massive entry, big step with a recessed ladder. So when we're doing water sports as well, and it's a family day out in the beautiful bays and rivers that we have, probably saw that, but I just wet myself with the deck wash hose. There's great access to get in and out of the boat, no problems just there. On the other side, we have our live bait tank. Here it is here. We'll turn that on in a moment. It's got the filler in there as well. So once the water gets up to this height here, it'll start siphoning back through and circulating across. Another step on the other side there without the ladder. The bait board's a funky looking thing. I don't know if I like it or not yet. The jury's out. It's got plenty that I do like about it. I like the drink holders. There's 3 of those. I like the knife rack here. I like this here where we can change that and use it as a chopping board. And I also like the storage compartment here. What I don't like is the way it's designed to fold, because it moves. So from moving forward on our next boats, this is my first 620 I've ever carried. I won't be getting these folding legs again. They'll be fixed legs, so the bait board is secure and a lot more sound. So that's something that I've picked up on since I've been out in the boat. Here is your rear lounge here. So all you do, I'll do it with one hand, which is normally a good testament to how well it works. Leg, and then just straight out. So one thing I do like about this rear lounge is it's 3/4, so it doesn't affect my transom door. So if you're using the boat for water sports, if you're packing the boat from home and putting your gear in, that's a massive transom door. But we can use that and have the rear lounge down. A lot of boats I think it's a little bit of an oversight, but they go for the maximum rear lounge width and they go from port to starboard, but it covers over the transom door and it makes it difficult to get in and out of the boat. This has clip in, clip out carpet. Under the carpet, I haven't actually looked, but I think it'll be like a flat. Yeah, it is. It's a fiberglass lined floor, so it's a non-slip floor. So if you are fishing, especially game fishing where it's a bit dirtier, you take that floor out and have that non-slip. We also have the option of X-Deck, which is that rubber adhesive flooring as well. Working forward, let's check out the passenger side first. So we have a glove box up here. I've never been a big glove box user, but this one's been really good. I've got all my gear in there. It's in a really easy position to get to. It's not like a little hidden sort of scenario. Over there, we have our drink holder, some storage, USB ports. Driver's side, we have the new Yamaha flush mount control box, key, ignition, drink holder, which I've been using for my phone, anchor winch, Yamaha gauge, and Simrad screen. That is a pretty small screen for your average fisherman these days. Those screens have been growing. I'd probably look at moving that Yamaha screen down here and running more of a 12-inch sort of screen there. I think that's a 9 by the look of things. I'm not 100% sure, but these days, you know, everyone wants a 10 or a 12-inch screen. So it's something I would consider moving forward. It's got hydraulic steering, massive cabin, but great entry into the cabin. The cabin entry goes all the way up to the dash, so you don't have to duck in to get into this cabin, which I really like. It's got the center bunk cushion, make it all into a bed, so if you're gonna sleep in there beforehand, if you get there and anchor up and you want to have a rest before your fish are on, you've got room there. If you've got kids and you want to put some blankets and pillows and books and drawings and iPads and stuff, you've got heaps of room. But the thing that not many cabins have, and this one ticks the box, you've got headroom. You're not ducking down like you're in a cave. You've actually got a nice open environment. You've got side windows, you've got natural light, you've got shelving. It's the sort of cabin that you don't want to, some cabins you don't want to be in for long. This one feels like you've got that sort of scenario where you could stay in there a bit longer. Got a little step here if you want to step up and utilize this open windscreen. Right now I have it open, but obviously I can close that as well. Beautiful day, not rough. I've been using this open today and I've been enjoying that with the breeze, but obviously you can close that down and you have your clear there as well. And then we have that stainless steel rocket launcher that folds down. It looks super classy. The clears look good, big spotlights. It's fit for purpose as well. It is a proper offshore fishing boat. I didn't actually know this, but I just noticed there's also a hatch here. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at that. So here's your hatch. Here's your access to your anchor winch, drum style anchor winch. We've got the bowsprit, double cleats either side, Sarker anchor, oversized bowsprit, looks really classy. Big windscreen as well, so you got that nice visibility through the boat. You don't looking under the windscreen or sort of bobbing your head. You can get right under that windscreen in your driving position and feel comfortable. So speaking of driving position, let's go turn the key and give this boat a run. So again, when I get the opportunity to run a boat in rough weather, I'll do that. When it's flat, I'll do that too. I was talking about what you can achieve at a performance on a flat boat, in flat weather, sorry. And what I like about testing boats in flat weather is you can't hide a boat's faults in flat weather. You can see how flat the boat planes when it takes off. You see if it reacts to trim as you go faster. You see if the boat starts to porpoise and skip. And if it's unbalanced, you can see when you turn, if it turns level, if it turns flat. These are things I cannot see when the boat is in rough conditions because it's bouncing around and it's being influenced by the waves. But when we're out in flat weather, the boat can't hide these faults. So I will be showing you this gauge the best I can. This here is my trim, this is my revs, this is my speed, my fuel used, my economy. So that's telling me how many kilometers I'm going to travel for every litre at this speed. And this is my fuel flow, it's 4.7 litres per hour. So we're going to accelerate a little bit now. So, first thing I can tell you is the boat plane's flat. It's what I call effortless planing. It doesn't carry on, it doesn't lift its bow up, it doesn't sort of have to go fast to plane. Some boats you'll be sitting on 3,800 RPM before they sit flat. This is right now doing 33, but I reckon I could drop it down to even 28 and the boat will be planing comfortably, which is really good. I like that. That means that the boat is well balanced and the hull is very efficient. It's happy to get out of the water and start planing. We'll have a look around, go this side. All right, so let's go through some rev ranges. So we're gonna go from 3,000 RPM, we're gonna go up, we'll go to 4. Now, as I go faster, I talk about trim a lot in my videos because trim will make the boat perform and sit the best you possibly can with the maneuverability and the options I have. So 4,000 RPM, I like to see about 4 bars of trim. 5,000 RPM, 5 bars. 3,000, you guessed it, 3 bars. That's gonna sit the boat really nice. That's gonna put us where the water's breaking there, about where we're driving. That's what we want. So forward of us, the hull's fractionally out of the water and it's sitting extremely well. That means I'm driving on a nice wide surface of the hull and the boat's performing to its optimum range there. If I was trimmed all the way in, the boat would be sitting a lot flatter and dragging a lot more hull through the water. 4,200, 53.8 kilometers an hour, 1.8 liters still per kilometer. That means if I put 10 liters of fuel in the boat, we would travel 18 kilometers. We're doing 29 liters an hour. So now we've got 5,000, heaps of power. I don't know how much horsepower it is. I think it's a 175. Bit more trim because I'm going a bit faster. 5,200 RPM, 70 kilometers an hour. I'm still getting 1.5 kilometers per litre. All right, so now watch me. We'll turn this thing in. The boat is sitting level. It's not rolling over as I turn. It's not leaning into the corner. It's just driving exceptionally well. It's not cavitating. The prop isn't breaking free from the water and making that aerating sound. The boat's turning very comfortably. You can see here just how well it's going. Look at that. That is really good performance. That's the sort of performance you'd expect from a Haynes Signature. Their heritage and their whole philosophy in boating is performance. They have quality, they have performance, and they have reliability. And that's all you can really ask for when you go out boating for the day. Let's go from 5,000, we'll drop the hammer. Maximum RPM, heaps of power, bit more trim. 5,600 RPM at 75 kilometers an hour. Still getting 1.2 kilometers per litre. We're doing 77 at 5,700 RPM, and look at her go. She's just sitting exceptionally well. The performance of this hull is exceptional, and it's always been well known to Haynes Signature owners that their hulls are just the shape and the performance of their packages have always been something that's been critical to Haynes Signature. But this one really shows that when you're out and about and the boat's sitting well, your day out in the water is just so much more comfortable. So the layout of the boat's very good. With 6.2 meter boat, there's plenty of space, it's deep, it's wide, it's safe, and it's well laid out. The performance of the boat is amazing, and I can't wait to get it out in the big water. All in all, look, it's a great package. There's a few things that I've spoken about that I would be looking at in my my next boat, and that will be things like how I use the bait board and what kind of legs I'm using on the bait board. There's always a few little things that we like to find as we go along, but all in all, the pedigree of the brand, the resale value, being backed with Yamaha outboards is just an exceptional thing that we have going with our Haynes Signature products. We're so excited to have them in Victoria as a sole agent. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to contact us here at Streaker Marine. We'd love to help you with the next boat purchase. Thanks for watching.